It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, November 13th. It's hump day, and it is also my son Dylan's 12th birthday. Yes, 12 years ago on this day, it was a cold day. It was a rainy day, and I had a baby. I became a mama 12 years ago on this beautiful, beautiful day. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and pretend all was perfect on this morning because I still have a blossoming prepubescent teenager, but that will be left for other times. Happy birthday, Dylan, my sweet, sweet boy. We'll celebrate you more later. I have to go and finish buying all the birthday gifts later today. We have a lot to talk about today. Oh my goodness. Not a day goes by without the scandal, without the drama, without so much happening. The DMs are flying off the handle. Okay. It's flying off the handle feels very Wicked-esque. And that's funny because did you guys realize watching Real Housewives of New York last night that we were actually watching a Wicked promo? I mean, I have so many thoughts on Real Housewives of New York, and they're not going to be positive. So don't get excited. Reality TV lover, it's your birthday too. Happy birthday. Any Scorpios here other than reality TV lover? So exciting for all of you guys. Let's get ready. It is your daily dose of Donna. We have a lot of birthdays, it sounds like. Lots of Scorpios in the house. We got Josh. We got Chris Courtney's best friend. Okay, Marla, so many. Okay, Kathy's saying Real House of New York is off the chain. That sounds like it's a positive thing. Isn't off the chain a positive thing? I am going to have to say, I disagree. Come at me. Come at me, people. I have seen it all in my DMs this week. I will literally not be able to believe anyone that says Real Housewives of New York is good. You know, last night on Watch What Happens Live, Jeff Lewis said, I'm happy with Real Housewives of New York right now. And I have to say that he was paid the big bucks by Andy Cohen to say that. Or maybe Cy DeSilva next time because he's good friends with Cy and he's good friends with Aaron Leachy, because there is literally nothing good about that show. It's quite possibly the worst reality show on Bravo. And there's some pretty bad ones. It's bad. We'll get into that in just a little bit. How are you guys doing? How are we doing? Are we feeling okay? Are we okay? Everyone can take a deep breath. This is your hour to just kind of decompress, laugh a little, enjoy your life. Anxiety is high for everyone out there. I get it. Lots of anger in the world. Lots of lots of name calling, which we'll get into in just a moment with the stories. I don't know if I want to start with Kelly Dodd and John Hill because I feel like that is where it gets really, really elevated. Oh, I'll start with this. So I'm going to the reality TV awards on Monday night. I just found out that I'm going. I wasn't planning on going, but Lance actually got invited by the showrunner. I think it's the same. It's either the same showrunner as Dancing with the Stars, or maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's connected with Dancing with the Stars somehow. And so I'm going with I'm Lance's +1, you guys. I didn't get invited. I'm Lance's +1, which is fun. So that's Monday night. I know Kate Casey is nominated. I was just texting with her. She's nominated in Best Reality Podcast Opposite. It's the most random group of podcasts. She's nominated. Yes, Heather McDonald is hosting. I don't know who else is going to be there. I really don't. So if you guys have watched other podcasts or listened to other podcasts and you know other people that are going to be there, let me know. I imagine a bunch of reality stars and content creators are going to be there, but I don't know who. Let's see. I know Tamara's going to be there. I remember seeing that she's going to be there, but I don't remember. I'm assuming a bunch of reality, like Bravo housewives in the LA OC area are going to be there. For Kate Casey's nomination, it's you guys, you could not think of the more random 5 podcasts nominated for best reality TV podcast. You ready? The Challenge, like the reality TV challenge podcast. Okay. Bravo and Blaze, Kate Casey, Nick Viall, and Anne, Sandoval's assistant. What? Like, you got okay, I like the idea of Kate Casey, Nick Viall. I know Bravo and Blaze covers these shows. Anne? Look, I've never been a huge fan of Anne. I don't listen to Anne's show. I don't watch Anne's show. I have no idea. Does Anne even have a show? Is Anne still working at something about her? What is Anne's show called? Who here in the comments listens to Anne Sandoval's old assistant's podcast? Who here listens to that? Anyone? The fact that not one person knows the name of the podcast so far is telling me a lot. I signed an NDA. Okay. So I signed an NDA to never listen to Anne's podcast. Just kidding. I have not listened to it. And look, she may be sweet and everything. It's just not like, it's just, there's only so much time in a day. And Vanderpod Recaps, my girl, does not cover it. So I'm not going to listen. Obviously, I'm rooting for Kate. But like Nick Viall, Kate, like they're in the same region. Bravo and Blaze, I don't know. Does she cover all the shows? I'm assuming. I listen to some of her shows. She and I DM every once in a while. Look how exciting. Laura, it's her first time joining live. Hey, Laura, welcome. Oh, it's we signed an NDA. Christina says, we. Chris Courtney wants to say that she officially is the only American without a podcast. Chris, immediately go and copyright that right now, because in an hour, that's going to be taken as a podcast name. So you need to start a podcast right now called I Am the Only American Without a Podcast by Chris Courtney. Okay, thanks. So yes, Heather McDonald is hosting. It should be fun. It should be funny. Remember, one day I will probably at some point run into Heather McDonald in some circle. We have a lot of mutual friends. You know, I'm friends with Kate Casey, who is friends with her. I'm friends with Mary Payne, who is friends with her. I'm going to be on Mary Payne's podcast, I think, next week, the 20th, whenever that is, next week, next Wednesday, or I'm going to record next week. I'm sure we will run in the same circles at some point. I have a feeling we will talk at some point and we will meet. And beef will squash. I just feel like it. I feel like it. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to have like a little date night with Lance. We haven't had a date night alone for a long, long time. So we'll see how it goes. Watch, I leave an hour after because it will be me and Sandoval. Will Sandoval be there? For sure. Jax Taylor will be there. He'll find a way to get in. And he'll take a selfie on the red carpet about like, sometimes you got to do the hard things. You got to do the hard things and you got to put one foot in front of the other. That is date night. Josh, I miss it. Date night. That's it. Lance and I are going to go date night. Brittany is never going to go on another date night with Jax. I miss date night. You guys, RIP date night. It. Okay, let's get into a couple stories. I have to say this because this actually kind of broke my heart. Did you guys hear this? That Dave Coulier from Full House has been diagnosed with cancer. I can't lose another Full House dad. I just can't. Now, we all know he's an uncle, okay? He's Uncle Joey. But Uncle Joey from Full House was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, a rare blood cancer. This breaks my heart. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I grew up to Full House. Like when I was in 7th grade, growing up here in LA, I was growing up watching, he's cut it out. He's like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah." He always makes all the jokes. Like he's like the goofy one. There was Hot Jesse, Uncle Jesse, John Stamos. There was clean, kind of like a little uptight Danny, Bob Saget, rest in peace. I loved Bob Saget. And then, of course, Uncle Joey. And I was so sad to open up page 6 this morning and see this because this is like my childhood, right? I'm sure so many of you. So it says this is according to page 6. Full House star Dave Coulier diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. It says it doesn't sound great. He's been diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The Full House star revealed his roller coaster health struggle on the Today Show today on Wednesday. He says, I was feeling like I got punched in the stomach because it never happens to you. You always hear about it happening to someone else. I'm sure anyone here who has been diagnosed with cancer, I know a lot of you guys here in the comments, probably have felt this before where you're like, no, it's not possible. Like, I never thought it was actually going to be me. Hey, Renee, your first live. Welcome. Then he goes on to say for anyone listening, I always like to hear the first symptoms. Now, if you have health anxiety, which by the way, a lot of my listeners do have health anxiety and a lot of my good friends have health anxiety, including me. I used to have severe health anxiety when I was like in my 20s. If you do, maybe this is like a trigger warning. Maybe you want to turn off this part. And just look at the timestamps or come back in a few minutes because this kind of stuff can really, really trigger that stuff. I will say, if you are in California or in Los Angeles and you're looking for someone who can help you, a therapist who can help you through major health anxiety, I have someone who is phenomenal at this. Like, she will save you through this. I'm not joking. She is a life savior through health anxiety. And I think after COVID, a lot of people really struggled with this. It says, Coulier, whose first symptom was a lump in his groin, noted he was on pins and needles for the first days while waiting to hear whether the disease had spread to any major organs, blood or bones or anything. And while waiting, he told his wife, Melissa Coulier, who's actually she's a very successful photographer. She has a photography business. I'm okay with whatever the news is going to be, no matter how devastating. I've had an incredible life. I've had the most amazing people in my life. This has been an extraordinary journey, and I'm okay if this is the end of the journey. However, Dave was told that the cancer had not moved outside of his lymphatic system. The comedian has since started chemo, which was intense and scared the daylights out of him. There are days where I feel unbelievable. There's days where I'm just going to lay down and let this be what it's going to be. He's expected to finish treatment in February after undergoing 6 rounds of chemo every 3 weeks. Well, his diagnosis initially did not. Oh, okay. So this is a little clickbaity because it says, while his diagnosis initially did not sound great, he assured viewers his curability rate is promising. So let's all send prayers to Dave Coulier. He has kids. Oh no, does he only have one son, 33-year-old son? Looks like that. Sending love. What am I seeing here? Bridget, you're in the ER. I don't like it. Bridget. Feel better. Anyone that is feeling sick, oy, oy, oy. No good. Sending love to you guys. Okay. Let's move on to our next story. We have a baby. We've got a Bravo baby. And unfortunately, this Bravo baby is no longer on our Bravo screens because Bravo star from Real Housewives of Potomac, Candiace Dillard, has had a baby with husband Chris Bassett. They finally had their baby after she has stepped away. I can't really remember 100% if she was let go. I don't think she was. I don't even think she's on pause. I think she stepped away from the show, but it says that she finally had a baby. She left the network it says in quotes, for a whirlwind of new opportunities, but told fans her exit was a see you later instead of a goodbye. I really hope it's a see you later if the show continues because she needs to come back. Like, the show is missing her, I believe, strongly. Yeah, she left on her own. You guys are all saying that. Her baby is named Jet. And it says the couple named their cute infant Jet, which translates from Hebrew to excellence and abundance. That's a beautiful name, Jet. Jet Bassett. I love it. So that's very cute. Congrats. Congrats to Candiace and Chris. And I hope they're happy. And I don't believe he's still working those late nights at the bars. Remember all those stories about Candiace and Chris, like all the cheating rumors that he was texting. Wasn't it like Giselle that he was texting Giselle? That just seems like a year ago. Well, it was more than a year ago. It seems like 7 years ago that he was texting Giselle late at night about all of the, and he like made Giselle uncomfortable. Was he texting Giselle? I can't remember if he was texting Giselle or he like was in a room alone with Giselle and made her uncomfortable, or was he alone with Robin? They really painted Chris. Yes, Paige, it's safe to come back. Yes. For anyone that was struggling with health stuff, it's safe to come back. They really painted Chris Bassett out to be like a real dog on that show. Jet, yes. I don't know. I really wonder if he was as bad as they made him sound. Isn't that true? Like they really made him sound like a dirty dog. Do you think in your heart, looking back at Real Housewives of Potomac last season or just the seasons before, do you think that Chris Bassett is in the list of like the worst husbands? Yes, it was Ashley. He texted Ashley to come to his bar. That's what it was. I wonder if he is in the list of the worst husbands. Interesting. Okay, let's move on. I am getting many DMs. About everything going on with the Kelly and with the John Hill story. I want to explain really fast about, it's very important that, okay. All I can say is this. There's like so many different paths to this story, okay? I think that whatever we do here, I feel like we're talking about politics again because for some reason there's like a political undertone to this story because it clearly stems from a political disagreement. Let's try to be civil. Let's try not to go like into a very like about it. Let's look at it from like I had a strong conversation with someone today who very much differs from me on a political landscape because I was like, can you tell me if my brain is broken? And I talked to her. I was like, can you tell me if my brain is broken? Because I don't know if I'm thinking correctly anymore sometimes. I really sometimes question, and I think it's important to do this. I think it's important to talk to people who are completely on the opposite side of you politically to check if you are being like brainwashed in your algorithm. I know that sounds insane, but seriously, I really do think sometimes it's important to question your brain. Because I watched, and this is not political. I'm not talking only politics. I'm talking about even with this. Oh, Frankie. My dog is desperately trying to come in and I can't handle it. Hold on one second. Frankie's getting so old that she was trying to get in the door that doesn't even open. Like she was like trying to get in on the side window. Poor Frankie. So Frankie. So sometimes I question because I get fed, like, I just wanna make sure that my brain is looking at it from, like, a very unbiased situation, and the DMs that I'm getting are so all over the place. Some people are so strongly one-sided, and some people are so strong. Here you go. And some people are so other-sided that, like, I am so scared that, like, I don't know, I sometimes question myself when it comes to things like this, when people are so insanely, confident about one side. Like, I have DMs in my so I got a little triggered yesterday when I was I hate using the word. What's another word for triggered? Someone give it to me. Like, I would like to get some sort of a triggered thesaurus. Um, Elevated? Something? I think what happened, let's go back to the very beginning. Kelly Dodd, I promise you on this show, I absolutely will always tell you how I truly feel about these Real Housewives. I absolutely will always tell you, even if I become text friendly with them, even if I see them at events, I will tell you my honest opinion about how they are in real life because I met them through this show. The only one who I am not touching right now is Teddy Mellencamp. I'm not touching her story about her divorce because I knew Teddy way before Daily Dose of Donna. I knew Teddy before I had Oliver, my 9-year-old. I'm not touching it. Okay. Dylan went to Slate's birthday party when she turned like 5. I'm not going there. I can't, I'm not going to mess with that one. Okay. Not yet, unless Teddy talks about it. So that I won't go there. But Kelly Dodd, Tamra Judge, any of these other people, even though Kelly and I can DM and Tamra and Emily Simpson, and I'm trying to think if there's other Dolores, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll talk about them. And I think that to hold um assume that just because I'm talking about them or in someone's DMs that I've like become them is like an outrageous thought. So I got a lot of DMs last night just because I was feeling very uncomfortable listening to what John Hill said. Now, I want to go backwards with Kelly Dodd. When I was watching Real Housewives of OC years ago and Kelly Dodd was on the show, I was allergic to her on that show. Honestly, I truly was allergic to her. I couldn't handle listening to her on OC. It's the voice that, like, the Watch What Crappens do of Kelly Dodd. You know how they do that? Like, "You're such a dork." The Watch What Crappens guys do a phenomenal job of a Kelly Dodd version of voice. Like, "Oh, you're such a dork." Like, "Shane, you're such a dork." Okay, that. I can't handle it. I couldn't handle her on the show. I thought she was insanely over the top and mean. Some people loved her. I'm just being honest. It was too much for me. In that time of my life, I thought it was over the top and too much. It was it's funny maybe now looking back, but at the time, I thought it was over the top. Now, um since I started Daily Dose of Donna and started watching Rick and Kelly, there have been some episodes of Rick and Kelly and some things that Kelly say that I literally like cringe, want to die, go under my blanket, like can't handle, like you didn't say that. And that's why there's so many people that text Kelly or DM Kelly and she shares it with me where she's like, "Oh my God, people are saying you're talking shit about me." And I'm like, "I'm not talking shit about you, but I'm honest when I think that when you call people fat, I think it's effed up. Like, I don't like when you call Emily Simpson fat. I think it's mean. You know, I don't like when you call people names. Like, I think that's actually mean." Okay. She tends to go a little bit. Someone DM'd me or commented on last night's Patreon because I released a Patreon last night talking about this. Someone commented me yesterday someone commented, "Kelly speaks before she thinks." And I think that's a part of her charm too. Because when it's not mean-spirited, it's very entertaining. But when she's activated, she's like a Lindsay Hubbard. When she's activated, it gets times 2. And so sometimes it's at people's expense. But more often than not, it's entertaining and it's not mean. And that's why there's the benefit of Kelly. I also think it's brave of her to speak exactly what's on her mind, not at people's expense, but about the world and about her feelings way before it was popular. And that is important too in this world because she went against what was popular in the Bravo landscape and got fired for it. Right. And I think that is like, without being racist, homophobic, all those things that a lot of people call her, which I don't think she is. I actually really don't think she is. That's another thing. Just because she says things like kind of loud, a lot of people like to use the words racist, homophobic. Kelly has a ton of gay friends. Like she's around a lot of gay people. I don't think Kelly Dodd is homophobic. I don't think Kelly Dodd is racist. I think Kelly Dodd like says mean names about things, but I don't think she is any of those things. I don't think she's racist. I don't think she's homophobic. I don't think she's any of that. I really don't. I've never thought that about her. Okay? Ever. Um but she uses like childish slurs, childish mean names, fat, ugly, things like that. That's what she says. But that's not racist and homophobic. Okay? She has like gay guys around her all the time. And she's friends with black people. Like, I know that sounds like ridiculous to say, like people are going to attack me for that, but I truly just don't feel in my heart that she's a racist person. But look, people are going to attack me. Who am I to say? And please don't like yell at me. I'm also not her friend. I'm not her friend. I'm just speaking from my heart. That being said, I am calling it for what it is. She goes low and it makes me uncomfortable. And I am not who she is. So when I get DMs like I did this morning saying, I can't listen to you anymore because you are standing up for Kelly Dodd, for John Hill, that makes me very angry. Because why can't we agree that like while one person is wrong, I guess what it comes down to is like, I think they both are wrong. I think Kelly Dodd is mean at times, but I think what John Hill did in response was really uncalled for. Yesterday and it was uncalled for because he did apologize, which none of us knew yesterday. The only reason I know John Hill apologized is because he mentioned it on Jeff Lewis today. Why didn't that get posted anywhere yesterday? Yesterday, John Hill said, I guess John Hill went on his show yesterday and apologized. It didn't get posted anywhere. I guess no one listens to John Hill's show. So in case you guys didn't listen to it yesterday, John Hill said, I guess the fight started this way. At some point, John Hill called Kelly a radical Republican right-wing woman. Kelly called him a communist. So now we're 1 for 1. Not right. Both wrong. Fucked up. Kelly went live on her Instagram over the weekend, I guess. I still haven't watched it. And in this live, Bobby, her mom, said Andy Cohen is a sissy. Like I said, didn't watch it. This is just from what I've heard. Someone wrote in to Andy and John Hill's show yesterday, which I did hear. I played this on my Patreon last night, this part. And Andy said, in the letter, Andy said, or in the mail, he said, Kelly Dodd called you a sissy. So that's wrong information, which that sucks because that one little letter set this all in motion, and they shouldn't have let that through because they should have fact checked that. Like it shouldn't have happened because that one little part ended up turning into John then going off, and he used words like vile, grotesque, fat pig, grotesque soul, bitch, like just really, really using bad language. There was something about it that made me uncomfortable. And maybe it's because he was a man. Maybe that's sexist. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's sexist. Maybe it's because I'm sexist. Like, I'm used to women calling each other names on these shows. We see it every day. But there's something about a man calling a woman those names, which, like, it made me uncomfortable. I also think the platforms are uneven. I think having a radio show versus like a YouTube show and an Instagram live is very uncomfortable, or a very uneven playing field. Um, but like I said, you know, Kelly has been in everyone's feeds in the last few weeks as being very offensive. So I don't think this was like, it wasn't just a one comment thing for John. I think this was a long time coming. Apparently, Shane, Jeff Lewis's assistant, just unfollowed Kelly in the last week or two. That's what I heard. Jeff Lewis is good friends with Kelly. So for Shane to unfollow Kelly Dodd, it means that people are getting frustrated with Kelly right now. I think that this was like a buildup. I think this was a buildup. Okay. A lot of people are fighting in the comments. I'm not even able to keep up. There's 560 people here in this live, and you guys are going on and on and on. Don't fight with each other. Everything's fine. Let's calm down. I don't know what you guys are writing, but I will say that I think both are wrong. I don't think because Kelly is mean, John Hill should have said that. I think fighting fire with fire is not necessarily the best thing. I think Andy Cohen saying on his show right before that what we shouldn't do is call people names just because they call us names and then go and call people names is a little hypocritical. I think Kelly Dodd should have probably in that moment just said, instead of fighting back so hard, she could have just said, this is gross. I don't like it. It just goes to show you like what kind of a person this is, and let it be. And instead, she's now going really tough, and it's going to end up turning on her. John Hill, however, should make it more clear that he apologized, because he apologized on his show, but no one like heard that. I guess now we know that he apologized on his show today. He apologized on Jeff Lewis. They mentioned that he apologized. It's tough. Jeff Lewis was standing up for Kelly a little bit from what I heard today. A little bit. He was standing up for Kelly. Look, everyone is entitled opinion, and you guys are all saying this, okay? Everyone is entitled opinion. But at what cost? It's a very, very weird time right now in this world, as you can see. We're all saying everyone is entitled to an opinion, but everyone that has an opinion gets like attacked for their opinion. Isn't that weird? Like, everyone can say whatever they want, but if you say what you want, you'll get like attacked. You'll get canceled. You'll get ruined in comments. You'll get yelled at. You'll get, negative reviews. You'll get all these things. Like, to what extent is free speech a thing is really the truth, right? So it's tough. Or maybe secretly they're enjoying the talking about them, who knows? But, okay, no one's getting mad. No one's getting angry. Okay, so you guys are telling me that everything's fine. I just don't want you guys to yell at each other in my comments. Like, I hope you guys are doing okay in my comments. Thank you, Josh. Debates are allowed. Please stay on topic when we move on. It's all love here. Okay, good. So should we do a song? Just kidding. Oh, interesting. Christina says John explained that the reason that he was so activated was because a couple years back, he got so much hate for having Kelly on a podcast he co-hosted. John defended her from all of the hate. And then 2 years later, Kelly called him a communist. Plus, he said he had been getting so many DMs the last few days full of hate and wanting him to die. So let me ask you a question. Why did she say that he called her a Republican right-wing radical first? Did he say that? Because I think it's interesting that he's leaving that part out, because I don't did she call him a communist first? Like, that's an interesting part too. Look, I think everyone's feeling very, very elevated right now. Did you guys know? Oh my gosh, speaking of, did you guys know that today is the National Day of Kindness? National Day of Kindness, November 13th. National Day of Kindness. So everyone, I want you to right now write a nice comment about someone else in this comment thread. Okay, right now. Okay? Everyone, like, I'm going to be your teacher. No, this is so exciting. I went into my class today and I was like, my workout class, and I was like feeling so down just because it's such a tough day. And I'll post this on my stories later. But my teacher, they gave me a towel because I've been to my class. I'll post this on my stories for 100 times. I got a towel for being in my workout class 100 times. And I was holding a dog while it happened. It's a National Day of Kindness. How exciting is that? Very, very proud of my kind dosers. Look, you guys are kind. You're kind. No, you're kind. Frankie, where's my pup? You're the kindest 14-year-old dog there is, my Frankie, with the worst breath ever. What is it with old dogs and bad breath? Like, just par for the course? 567 people. Are you guys okay here? Are we good? Should we subscribe? Have you subscribed? And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because we're about to talk about the shit show of Real Housewives of New York. We have a problem. We have a major, major problem. I'm going to tell you something right now. I can't even recap Real Housewives of New York like a real recap, because I didn't fully watch it. Like, I watched it in the sense that I watched it like I watch, paint dry. I'm really, really upset. I'm actually like, forget the John Hill and Kelly thing. I'm triggered by this. Okay? I'm starting a petition. I'm going to start protesting the streets of Bravo. Who's joining me? Where are the Bravo headquarters? I'm taking a sign and I am walking outside of the Bravo headquarters with a sign saying, I won't take this anymore. Okay? I'm going to say, like, free Luann, free Sonia, bring back Ramon, like, give us RHONY. This is mean. This is actually, at this point, they're cutting us open and they're pouring lemon and salt, and then they're stomping on us with this shit. This prank shit. This dodgeball. This stupid, overproduced, Wicked promo. I'm sorry. Did you guys sign up for a Wicked commercial last night? Oh, how about, did you guys not think I was going to do a remake of the dodgeball slow motion angry face promo? What about this thing? Mm. How about Bryn spitting at the camera like a camel? When Bryn spit at the camel, I'm at the camel. When Bryn hopped a loogie at my camera, at my TV, I thought to myself, no one, and I mean no one, if my husband, if my sons spit anywhere near me, I will literally. This is not okay. Who are the producers on RHONY? What is happening over there? What drugs are they on? What kind of what kind of agenda do they have against Andy, against Bravo? Why are they trying to get the show canceled? Why are they trying to lose their jobs? Like, this is a problem. We have a crisis. Bethany, I need you in here. Bethany, I need you, a helicopter. We need like supplies. We need a problem. I mean, we have a problem. We need you to fix it. We need you to organize a team. We need chicken salad. We need people to fix this problem. Dorinda needs to make it nice. I don't care. Get Carol in here with like a few cats. Okay, we need Adam and his cooking. We need Luann and her 22-year-old men. We need help. I'll get Tinsley and her mother. Like, we need something, or just don't give the show at all. Like, I'd rather just move on from New York. Like, take us to, I don't know. I mean, I would be down to see like Real Housewives of Austin. Like, give us something else. I'm done with New York. New York is such a cool city. There's so much to do in New York. There's so many things happening in New York. There's so many events. There's art installations. There's restaurants. There's premieres. There's fashion shows. There's like concerts. There's what happened to the parties? What happened to the socialite gatherings? Why are we always playing sports? How many different tennis events are we going to? I mean, when we went to tennis events with Ramona and Jill Zarin, at least we had Mario there in the fight. Remember? We had Alex McCord and her Brooklyn house. Where are the kooks? Where are the weirdos? Where are the people that are over drinking and making out with random people on the floor? Where are the people that are getting like smoking cigarettes in the corner? Where are the falling down messes? I want that. I need the weirdos. I need a dog licking into someone's nose on the couch. Like, I need Bobby in the limo. I need Jill yelling, Bobby. Like, why are what's happening? Where is this show going? Why are we watching people talking about pranking about pregnancy in this economy? This is what we're watching in this economy. We're watching about pranking about pregnancy. My God. My God. How rude. That's called a callback. That's a callback to Full House. How rude. How rude. You're wasting my precious days with a freaking dodgeball tournament where we're talking about hurting Jenna Lyon's face with glasses. It's a foam ball. What are we doing? Upa can't even bother to play. She's sitting in the corner eating a donut. What's happening? Upa's spending her days trying to find furniture for the move that she has with her boyfriend, who she wants to have babies with, who we haven't met. Bryn is building an app and she has 475 employees, but we've never seen her at work. Why aren't we seeing her at work? At this point, we are already with Ramona at True Faith Jewelry. At this point, we were already trying on cross necklaces. What is happening? Get your shit together. Am I getting mad? Yeah, you're right. I'm getting mad. This is my childhood. This is my livelihood. Rebecca Minkoff, my friend, what I did not want to do last night was attempt to get converted to Scientology, and I will file a complaint with the FCC. Just kidding. I don't think I know how to do that, but I would if I could. I will call Aaron from growing up in Scientology and say, this is blasphemy. Why did we try to all get converted to Scientology last night? Did anyone notice that last night? Did anyone notice when they had that conversation about Scientology and they were having that like sit down? It was Aaron and Rebecca. This was when they were coming up with a prank where they were going to make Rebecca pregnant, but we didn't know about it. Rebecca's talking about Scientology. And Aaron's like, can I ask you something kind of like personal? Like, Scientology, like, tell me a little bit more about it. I'm like, here we go. We're getting good. We're gonna get into the Scientology. Mention Danny Masterson. Mention it all. Ashton Kutcher, give it to us. I want to hear about Tom Cruise. And guess what happens? Guess what happens? She says in a confessional, well, I would just suggest for anyone that is curious for you to read a book about it. Do some research. Watch the channel. Guys, that's what Scientology is. They always tell you that. Come on in. The water is warm. It's safe here. We will make your life better. Any religion that can't tell you anything about their religion is a cult. Like, this is a problem. We have a problem. RHONY, this is a crisis. Not a prank will fix it. In fact, a prank just like I heard someone DM me today that said the Smith sisters went on Radio Andy Cohen's Sirius XM radio channel this morning and said that today was like RHONY's day of death. And as I spoke to my friend Eliza Rosen this morning, I said, episode 2 was when RHONY went into a coma. Episode 4 was when RHONY's plug was pulled. Okay. I don't know what episode was last night, but last night was the episode that we finally put RHONY underground. And next week, I believe we're going to be holding Shiva. We're going to be sitting Shiva next week for RHONY because I think that we're going to have to put RHONY to bed. And it makes me incredibly sad. But if you're not giving us a deep dive on Rebecca Minkoff and her problematic Scientology background, and instead we're doing a bullshit, queer baiting, Bryn storyline, once again with her wearing gay shirts. I'm gay. No, you're not. Well, you're playing, kickball, dodgeball. And then we're doing some weird paid wicked promo. You could tell Sai was there as a job and that's it because she's wearing her sunglasses. I mean, this is Sai during her wicked promo. Wow, that's cute, Rebecca. That's so cute. Yeah, I love that. That's so cute. I'm hungry. Can you get snacks? And I like Sai, but this is a job. This is a job for them. This is not something, they're not friends. I like Jessel, kinda. I like Aaron, kinda. My favorite scene was Aaron and Gabe, her gay Abe. I love that little piece. And then, of course, Raquel and her fiance. Like those 4, I'll watch them all day. I don't know why. They just seem normal. The rest, take it or leave it. Bye. Oh, Sarah says, can anyone quote the series? Ain't no merch coming out of this reboot. That is so true. And if Bryn, you know what Bryn does to me? I don't want to say it. What's another word for triggered? We have to come up with it. This is what Bryn does to me. This is what Bryn does to me. It's that thing that I don't know if like younger millennials do it or is it Gen X? I can't remember like what age that is, but they do it a lot on Instagram and on TikTok, like influencer vibes. I call it a mirror face. Okay. If you ever see people in a bathroom or doing like a get ready with me and they're looking in the mirror, I'm going to give you an example. So this is me just talking to you, but this is me if I was doing a mirror face. So Bryn talks like this. So, yeah. Like, it's tiring. It's not authentic. It's not real. I think I'm done. Yeah, I like Raquel and her partner, right? I do. They feel real. They feel like they're just plopped on the show, but they're living their lives. I want that. I'm not into anyone. I'm not into. And just Jessel like shopping Pavitt's credit card with her mom. Pavitt doesn't want to even have kids. And she's like, Mom, you wouldn't believe Rebecca is having a baby with another man's baby. Number one, I don't even know if Rebecca's married. I don't know if Rebecca has a husband. I don't know if she has a boyfriend. I don't even know if she has a kid. We have not seen Rebecca's home. We've not seen her life. Don't know a thing about her. Do you guys? Don't know anything about her. Don't care. Her mom absolutely doesn't care. Pavitt doesn't even know Jessel's name at this point. Like, where's Pavitt? Pavitt is over there having an affair with a piece of chicken. It's all a mess. Okay, guys, everything's fine here. We're good. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's Dylan's birthday. Happy birthday, Dylan. I love you guys. Thank you for another fun show. I love all the conversations in the comments. I'm going to go back and read the live chat because you guys were able to keep it respectful. I saw. If I said anything that really upsets you about the drama in the middle, leave it in a comment. Obviously, in a kind way. I don't really have any skin in the game with Kelly Dodd and Andy and John Hill. I find that, like, if you don't like someone's personality and their behavior because you find they go below the belt, then, like, let's not also go below the belt. Just, like, I don't know, maybe just, like, go above the belt. But let's hope that we can squash that soon too. All right, you guys. Love you. Listen to Patreon last night if you want more of a deep dive on everything. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.